Hey, we're back. Hello there. I know I didn't count back, which can be confusing.
Frightening.
I
I
just
wasn't prepared.
I just went into it. I was like, let's go. Anyway, we're back. And it's not just the two of us. So Katie's gonna do the introduction because
Oh my
that's
god,
her
there's so
bed.
many people to introduce. Hi
Yes.
everyone. Welcome to all the films we judged before. I'm Katie. That's Lily Kay. Today we have with us Brian and Ian, who have both been
What?
on the show before, so you should already know who they are.
Exactly.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And today is a very special day because I have decided on my very own that we're going to do a little movie fight on our own because last time we got really into discussing things and we only got through one topic. But I was like, today we're going to do it. Today we're going to do more than one.
Lily's decided we're doing 3, potentially 4, in
Yes.
one 1 hour episode.
Yes.
I'm not convinced this is going to go the way she thinks it's going to.
Look, there are rules. There are rules. So here are the rules. So I'm gonna read out the question, and everyone will get 2 or 3 minutes to say their piece, and then afterwards we're gonna have maximum 15 minutes discussion about that topic, and then we're moving on to the next one. How does that sound? I'm gonna be very, very, very harsh. I'm gonna be like, time's up.
Again, I don't think we're getting through all 3 of them in an hour, but I think we
Maybe.
can do 2.
Let's
I think we can do 2 pretty solidly.
Let's be hopeful. Let's be hopeful. We can do this. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's get right into it because then we actually have a chance to get through all of them. Maybe. Who knows? All right. So this is our very own movie fight inspired by Screen Junkies movie fight. And the very first question is, if you could permanently erase a movie from existence, which one would it be and why? And may I have Ian's case first?
You started with me. Am I interpreting this right? Right. So if I erase one movie and I can say that what the after effects of what that would have happened in real lives in my head canon. So like I'm not going to say this because I don't actually believe it, but if I said Avatar, you wouldn't get any other avatars. If I was to say that,
Yes, basically, yeah. Yeah.
It
Okay.
prunes the timeline, the film timeline.
Yeah, it's just
Then I choose Watchmen. I love Watchmen. Like Watchmen as a film, I really love it. I think it's a really, really good film. I like Rorschach. I like Dr. Manhattan. I like the whole story. However, it's the first film that I remember where everyone will be really boned off of slow-mos and fast shots and all that bullshit. And I don't like that shit. And that caused Zack Snyder to get the DC universe, which
Wow.
was rubbish. It was all, apart from like maybe Wonder Woman, the first one, it was all trash. And then we got Rebel Moon, which is one of the worst films in the fucking world. So the rise of Snyder can be brought back to Watchmen, and
The
I want to
rise of
get rid of that.
are you sure it's not 300?
300's fine.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. So your case is Watchmen and basically all the Zack Snyder slow-mo epic shot things are just erased by it.
Yeah, I mean 300 started it off, don't get me wrong. It was there, but Zack Snyder was proving himself in a comic book movie. I know 300 was a comic book as well, don't get me wrong, but like superheroes and shit, he was
Yeah. Yeah.
proving himself in Watchmen.
That's
And
true.
it was a really good superhero film, and it was different to what we'd seen in like the Raimiverse at that time.
Yeah.
It was just, it was dark and gritty, and then everyone thought, yeah, let's have that. And then it just didn't work. It didn't work in the DC universe.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna go to Brian now. Brian, who's gonna what's
I
gonna
don't
be your case?
disagree with you, Ian. I think that because I was going to say Cats, the movie Cats. But I think I like your take. I like the idea of pruning the timeline. Um, yeah, there haven't hasn't been a single Zack Snyder film I've enjoyed aside from Watchmen. I've never seen 300, so I can't really comment on that. Um, but I'll make the case for Cats anyways. I think it did nothing for society aside from memes, but we've had enough memes. I think it was a net negative. It was during the COVID era or right before it. I think it was kind of like, yeah, right before it. So that was because okay. In
Sorry, I'm
some ways it
muting
was
because
like
the dog keeps barking and I don't want to interrupt anybody.
It's okay.
I understand. It was like the prelude to what's happened now with our society. Um, it was just like corporate greed and consumeristic ideals to the max. They stripped every you have Dame Judi Dench, you have Ian McKellen, these really fantastic actors, and gave them nothing to do. They ruined the Rum Tum Tugger. I don't blame Jason Derulo. It's just that was the cards that he was dealt. It's one of those movies where you'd expect it to be so bad it's good. My hot take is that it's so bad it just becomes bad again.
Yeah,
So I would say Cats. Yeah.
fair deal. Fair deal. Katie, what is your case?
Everybody's gonna hate me
Oh no,
because I'm gonna be really pretentious
no.
and say I wouldn't do that. I think there are a lot of cases to be made about the idea of like there's a lot that banning movies and saying that people should never watch certain movies and all this sort of thing. It's a very hot button topic, and I think that very quickly, when you get into the idea of erasing something that has had an impact, you get into things like, well, where do we draw the line when it comes to censorship, right? So things like
Katie, that's the whole conceit of this episode.
You're
here's the thing.
pooper.
You're right.
I told
You're
you were going to hate
absolutely
me, but I do genuinely think that there's no we need the bad stuff in order to be able to tell us that we don't do this. This is bad. Because you could make the case for Birth of the Nation, the most racist movie of all time.
Yeah.
It's
Triumph
bad.
of the
It's
Will or something.
horrifically
Yeah.
racist and all of this sort of stuff. But the thing is, if not having that movie doesn't mean that another movie like that's wasn't gonna end up getting made. You can't really get into the weeds of it, and then you get into the we can look at Birth of a Nation nowadays and be like, this is a terrible, racist, awful movie. But because of that, we can educate people on why it's terrible, racist, and awful. I just think that the moment you start getting into actually this thing shouldn't exist, you start heading down a very slippery slope of I used the word a second ago, censorship, and there's also timeline ethics, but that's an entire that's sci-fi bullshit. I'm talking about real world politics, where I just think I don't see the point in erasing something when we can get more out of looking at something and being like, this was a mistake, actually, and having a discussion as to why certain things were a mistake.
Okay, party
I mean,
pooper.
I told you you weren't gonna like it, but
No, I
I genuinely think that's how I feel.
You're objectively correct. I agree with that. Because I thought about,
But you're not being
the
fun.
Exactly. I mean, the first thing that came to my mind, which would have been a real downer, was like, yo, let's get rid of Triumph of the Will, which was that movie. I can't remember who made it. Was it Ava something who basically helped Hitler's rise to power? That would be an obvious choice in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's not fun to talk about.
But
I
yes,
also truly could not tell you a movie that I actively want to get rid of, probably because
Right.
of this mindset. I genuinely couldn't tell you something where I'm like, I want this not to exist.
Is there any films that no one can learn anything from? It's just like,
I tell you because I'm gonna show you my case.
Well, Lily's decided on what that case is apparently going to be.
It's very easy. It's called Prometheus. And if we can get rid of that, even though that's undeniably can be enjoyable, and I would lie if I say that I didn't enjoy some parts of it. But then Alien Covenant came and I threw up. So, I don't want that to exist at all. I don't want Ridley Scott to have any more to do with the Alien universe. So, and it's like it's basically a case study of how you ruin what you created or help create. But I don't need that. Thank you. We have enough of that in other cases, which, we can list them out, but why would we? Because now we're talking about please erase this movie. And since Prometheus would erase Alien Covenant, then I have to, I have to choose Prometheus because I don't want Ridley Scott to touch anything else that is Alien ever again.
Okay.
But like,
I do have a more fun answer then.
In terms of like, I'm just going back quickly. Like,
Yes, you go first, and I'll go.
And I'm not. And it's not talking about censorship or anything. But if you were to erase Hot Frosty, like, would that do we
Hot
learn
Frosty's
anything
brilliant. What are you talking about?
I'm just picking up on like a straight to streaming like film that is okay, is nothing, is fine. You don't learn anything from it or anything.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot.
Playdate, something like that with Kevin James and Alan Rickson. Someone is never gonna like hold that up to any sort of like. I'm just saying, man. Like you could lose some of those films and not shed a tear.
Nothing. And nothing will change.
I think you could learn you can learn anything from any movie, personally. But I think that comes from a perspective of somebody who went to film school and watches films in a very specific manner, and going like, how did they do this? What did they do? How did they do it poorly? How did they not do it poorly? How did they do it fine? And what could made it? But these are all questions that I listen to in any given movie. So I think of film as a very academic process. So I find it very difficult to get on board with the idea that you could learn nothing from any of these movies, because I do think that you could, even if they are like mid. I think you can learn from mid movies. But I will say, on a more fun note, just to like
give it to us,
just to like engage in the premise, because you did mention Ridley Scott, we should get rid of The Martian, because then we might get a better Martian movie. I don't like the adaptation of The Martian. I don't like what Ridley Scott did with it. I think that there's a better adaptation in there, and I don't think he did a very good job. And then maybe somebody else could do it.
You know who would like that answer very much?
What?
Jimmy Kimmel. Because he hates Matt Damon.
I don't mind Matt Damon as the character. Most of the stuff in the movie is fine. There's like tiny little things that they admitted that are like such important like textural blocks of the book that I think that on the flip side to that, Lord and Miller did very well with Project Hail Mary, in that they picked up on the stuff that's it's the texture of it. It's the little tiny details that help build the character and build the world around it and stuff that they didn't put in The Martian that bug me to shit. And I think if we get rid of that movie, maybe somebody else would make it better.
Okay, fair. At least you gave us a movie, so that's good.
But I stand by my original statement. I don't think we need to get rid of any films. Because if you really think about it, if we got rid of The Martian, then maybe Project Hail Mary wouldn't exist in the way it does.
Exactly. So maybe don't touch The Martian. I don't know. Who knows? All right. Any final thoughts on anyone's end or okay?
No, I saw Cats in the cinema, and it
Why would you do that?
Because we thought it was going to be fun.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I went with my two best friends, and we went and saw it in Brighton together, and we came out of it, and we were just like, I think that was just bad, actually.
Yeah.
I think it was just not very good. But it also was like the first of like, I mean, it was only two movies, but like, at a certain point, if you see two movies in a row in the cinema which are really bad, then you kind of get to a point where you're like, I need to see a good movie or I'll die. And for me, the case with that was that I saw Cats, and then a couple of weeks later, I saw The Rise of Skywalker, and I walked out
I
the
did
movie.
too. I did too. Yep,
I
that was the
walked out of the
combination I was
cinema, and
thinking
I was
of.
like, I feel terrible. I
Yeah,
need to remind
yeah.
myself what good movies are like again.
One is soulless, one is like just a Disney park ride. Yeah.
It's just, oh god,
it's
I
just
hate
that,
it so
yeah.
much. But we don't need
Yes.
to talk about it because I'll get
No.
really angry.
Yes, we leave it at that. That's going to be
Sounds
maybe
good.
next time. We can talk about it more if we want. All
Don't
right.
get me started again. It got me started recently, and I just felt bad.
Okay. All right. So I think. Oh, we have to vote. I forgot to say that. Like,
What?
yeah.
This is news.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot some rules. So because I could decide alone who made the best case for themselves, but I think voting is more democratic, and I'd like to think that we're a democratic podcast here. So
Democratic side.
this is so all right. I start to make it easier. We have the names here. I put it up, and I would give the first point to Ian. I think his case was very on point. I liked it very much. Katie?
Thank you.
I would agree. I think he did come out with the strongest case, other than my own.
Ian?
Well, there's no point. It's already over. It's so.
So Ian, who would you like to give it to?
I'm going to give it to Brian.
Oh,
With
Yeah.
Kat.
Yeah, well, you knew I wasn't going to give it to Prometheus, and I'm
You
not
don't
giving
believe in my pro
Fence-sitter,
in my
like-
anti
Anti-Martian.
censorship argument.
It's a very good point, Katie, but that's in the spirit of the game. I give it to Brian.
Fair enough. Please forgive the dog. She's antsy.
That's okay.
It was a good point, Ian. Yeah, that was something I hadn't thought about. Like the whole pruning of the entire timeline of that would be
Yeah.
ideal. So smart.
Yeah.
Listen,
Right
I
on.
have better thoughts for the other ones. I promise.
Okay. Excellent. So the first point goes to Ian. I marked it on the
Woo woo.
the thing. I don't know words today. Don't worry. It happens. All right. We are at the second round. Look at that. We're rolling. So the second question is, what movie of our time will become a timeless classic of the future?
What are
In
you
your
counting as our time?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm counting. Who's the oldest here?
I think
In
Ian is.
I
years.
think me, yeah.
Okay. So, Ian, what year were you born?
87, but thank you.
So from 87 to now,
Onward.
to 2026. Yeah. And
Oh,
I'm
I already have it.
Then-
and
but it
we're
already
gonna
is
we're gonna
tense.
start with Brian.
Again, I also have to go in 8 minutes. The Lord of the Rings as a unit.
Oh, as a unit, so that's 3 films.
Okay, so we take the whole
Yes.
trilogy. We're not picking
I
out one.
think so, but because I mean, they kind of are one. They're talked about as a unit often.
That's true.
It's the one trilogy that I think that is the case, especially because they were filmed back to back to back. I mean, I think they already are classics, and it's interesting because a lot of films we do have the new what's called the prequels coming out soonish, which should be fascinating. Different subject for a different day, but those movies really haven't been touched, and the idea of a remake, I think, concerns a lot of people. So it's never. I don't think it's ever going to happen in that medium again. I think they are the perfect films that almost everyone I know has a positive association with them. And they also changed cinema substantially. We wouldn't have Dune. We wouldn't have these big blockbuster trilogy movies really as they are now without The Lord of the Rings. So
Okay, we'll take that. And we're gonna jump to Katie and hear her opinion.
I asked the question about what we're counting because I think there are a lot of movies that I consider to be part of our time that
Yes.
already are classics.
Yes.
Which, because we're talking about actually quite a long period of time, which is not to make Ian sound old, I promise. But like it's a decent period of time that we're talking about here. So I could say something like Shaun of the Dead, but I kind of already think Shaun of the Dead is a classic.
Okay.
So to talk about something that has like very, very recently come out, I do genuinely think that Project Hail Mary might become a proper classic
Yeah, that's a good
in
shout.
in the years
Yeah.
to come. We can't say for sure now, which is part of the reason why I'm saying it at this point in time. I feel like everybody has had such a positive like reaction to it,
Yeah.
comparatively speaking. Um, it's I mean, like obviously there's some people who are naysayers, but there's naysayers in any given thing. That is the nature of having people having opinions. But it's doing so well with people. I think the spirit of the film is so like kind of timeless in a certain way, where it is just about the nature of like um uh coming together and solving an immutable problem. And I think movies like that do tend to do very well in terms of like, you know, we love movies culturally about the how strong the human spirit is and how important it is
Mhm.
to have like decent friendships and positive things. I think positive things actually stick around in cinema a lot more than
Hmm.
people like to say that they do, especially nowadays. I feel like people act like terrible things stick around just because they are terrible. And I think that there's true to a case. But like to take Brian's point, Lord of the Rings is it is a very positive franchise. It, like the themes of the original trilogy are so like about the nature of family and friendship and like beating the odds and all these different things that it is kind of like we naturally go back to things that make us feel better, and I think this is going to be one of those movies that people will go back to because it makes them feel better.
Hmm.
Okay.
Case
Okay.
sold.
I like that. I like that. Ian, what is your choice?
See, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking along the lines of the last 10 years, and I was real struggling, to be honest. I couldn't think of any in the last 10 years which are going to be thought of in the same realms as Lord of the Rings. As for unfortunately, Die Hard is still in my fecking time frame here. It's 1987, so it's already a classic. It's real bad. Um, so I was thinking, is it going to be things like Sinners? I don't really think so. I think it's good, but I don't think it's going to be like a timeless classic. I was real struggling. So now you've like lengthened the time. I'm just going to say Scream. This is Scream as yes, it's a derivative of all of its parts of other things that have come before it, but Scream is in itself something that a lot of horror slasher films take from at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to just say Scream.
Hmm.
Okay. Fair deal. All
I know
right.
you hate Scream. Sorry, Lily.
Oh, no, I don't hate it. I just it's in a neutral part in my life. It's like I think I watched all of them. I think. I don't remember, but I think I've seen all of them, but I'm like, it exists. So, it's for me it's nothing special, but I could see how it can be considered as something that can become uh maybe a timeless classic. Um it was very hard for me as well because by instinct, I would say The Shawshank Redemption, but it is already a classic, and I don't
Hmm.
think that's ever going to change because it's all about hope, friendship, and surviving against all odds and coming out on top. So it's all those things that we already talked about. But it is already at that point where it's like it's a classic done. Yes, it's not gonna lose that title. So I was like, okay, so what else is there? What is something that maybe we could pick out? And I have a lot of biases where I could be like, well, I love this, so it's gonna be this one, or I love this, so it's gonna be that one. But if I try to be very, very, very objective about the whole thing, I would say it's going to be Pan's Labyrinth from Guillermo del Toro. Um, it's already by itself a fantastic movie. I still think it's it's a bit underappreciated. It is without doubt his best film to date, and it's about, you know, so many fantastic themes and topics that I think it's forever be timeless what it's about, and I like to think that it will stay that way, and maybe it's gonna come to its rise later on, like Shawshank did, because Shawshank originally didn't do well, and it didn't really have any following, and you know it bombed at the box office. It was historically, it later became what it is today, which is the timeless classic. And I think Pan's Labyrinth could be one of those cases. So I'm gonna roll with that. I'm gonna roll with that. All right, so Brian, you start. Who are you going to give the point
If I'm
to?
not voting for Lord of the Rings, I think Project Hail Mary as my vote. Yeah.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair. Ian?
Yeah, it's Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Katie?
I would also give it to Lord of the Rings, but I feel like that is a little bit unfair because I do think it's already a classic.
Okay, I can see that as well. I'm going to be. God damn it! I mean, I love both. To be honest, like I love Lord of the Rings and I love Project Hail Mary. But just because Lord of the Rings, I think it's already a classic, I'm going to roll with Project Hail Mary. I think it's going to become a timeless classic. So I think Katie gets the point here.
Like, yeah, see, look, I can engage in this.
In a fun way.
On that note, it was good seeing you guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you for joining,
Yeah.
Brian. See you
Hopefully
around.
hopefully I'll be able to stay for the full next
Please.
call. Yeah. Take care,
Yes.
guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Speed.
So you're going to continue with 3, which is still good. Brian is not getting any points. He's like, I'm out.
He's dead.
He's out of the race. Yeah, I think we're going to jump to the next one in the game. So we are at the 3rd question. And it is a good one. I think this is where we're going to spend most of our time.
Yeah, I think this is the one that has the most
Yeah.
use.
So the 3rd one is a movie trend that needs to die before it is too late for movies. Katie, may you do the honors, being the
Can
first
you
one.
go first? I think you should go first, actually.
I don't know if I should go first. I think I want to hear what you came up with.
I was going to make another drink whilst everybody was talking, but okay.
All right, then, Ian, do you want to go first?
I can go first.
You go first.
Then we're gonna give it to Ian.
So the problem is, right, I don't think
Yes.
that the movie trend that I'm about to say is going to kill cinema. It just annoys me. Like it's like the phrasing was before there is no movies, like there's no cinema.
Before it is too late for movies.
It does say before it's too late for movies. I do think that things that irritate us, even if movies are still going to get made, I do think that anything that irritates us is probably a thing that counts as being too late for movies.
We can roll with that, I think.
I am sick of movies with a marketable, cute partner. They start to get on my tits. It's really annoying. I don't care anymore. It's been done. It's been done to death. Jurassic World Rebirth. No, we don't need a little Triceratopsy type Dolores in this. We don't need it. God, I loved Predator Badlands, but we don't need the cute monkey little thing that next to it. And I'm sorry, you've already voted for Project Hail Mary, but Rocky annoyed me. He's a cutesy little side character with a cutesy little voice that is marketable, and plushies are going to be made of him. I'm over it. I'm sorry. Cute side characters that are marketable Disney-fied crap, I don't like.
You lost me with Rocky.
Yeah,
I was on board
me too.
until then, and then you said Rocky, and I was like,
I have like rebuttals for that because I feel like it's not. I totally get where you're coming from, but it's not like Rocky was created like with like some like guy like the evil genius like
Oh,
Disney executive in mind, where they're like,
I
we're going to tell so
absolutely
many
understand that.
stories about this.
I totally understand that. That it's in the book. It's all good, but you watch the film and you feel it. You feel that it was created like that. Now, me from a perspective of not reading the book, and if I was only of the knowledge that the book did not exist and the movie was only the thing, then that is cute side character.
Yeah, but that immediately kills your entire, because the book does exist, and it's just this is just he's another character.
And
Yeah,
He
but
he's
exists.
arguably a main character.
He is a main character. He's
but
the
he's
other
like
main character of the book.
Yes.
he's
He just
made
happens to be made of rocks.
he's made to feel like that cute sidekick.
Yeah, you lost me with that. I can't. No, like Rocky, I think is one of the exceptions. Like I would agree with everything else because it does feel like that we're shitting them into every single movie now that is coming out, and it's potentially a blockbuster. And it's like, oh, look at that cute character. Look at that. I fucking hated it in Jurassic World. Like when you said that, I was like, yep, yes, yes, yes. So we don't need that. I agree, but Rocky, no, 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 no.
This is mainly Star Wars' fault. This is my general opinion.
No,
If you're
Grogu's
gonna
part
if
of
you're
it.
gonna bring up Grogu,
Grogu
I'm
is
not.
part
I
of
wasn't
it.
thinking about Grogu at all. I was thinking about the Porgs from the sequel
Okay.
series. Those
Yeah,
are
part-
literally marketable plushies. Like,
Okay,
that is
okay.
exactly what they were made for. I mean, you could make the point.
I'm gonna
What?
come through this screen. I'm gonna just leave my boy alone.
Grogu is part of it, but at the time of Grogu, I wasn't.
It
I
wasn't an
wasn't
issue
tired.
at
I
that
wasn't
point.
tired. I
Yeah.
wasn't tired of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Grogu is one of the. He's not one of the OGs. Don't get me wrong, but he feels like it wasn't tired at the time of them trying something and like, oh yeah, good Baby Yoda. Oh, that's cool. But then everyone's tried to Baby Yodify everything.
I think this is what I mean by it being kind of
Yeah.
Star Wars' fault, because Star Wars has done this for years because they have to sell toys, because that's where a lot of their marketing revenue comes from. Like you have to make something cute that kids will buy, because that's where a huge revenue stream comes from, especially Lucasfilm. But I mean, it comes from Disney as well. But Disney make Barbies and other action figures and whatnot for people to play with. But like, I think Star Wars in particular makes cute little characters in order to do that well. And I think that everybody else picking up on that fact and doing the exact same thing is an issue. I would agree. But Rocky isn't involved in this. Don't leave him out of it.
Otherwise, we agree. Just leave
Otherwise
Rocky
we
alone.
agree.
Yeah, I'm saying. Project Hail Mary for me was a fine movie. Like it was a good 7 out of 10.
Katie, can you please come with your case?
The thing I will just very quickly speak to Project Hail Mary. The things I like about Project Hail Mary are very much the filmmaking aspects as opposed to the storytelling aspects, which I think is a very well told story. I never liked the book nearly as much as I liked the book The Martian, personally. I liked it a lot, but it did take me a while to get into it, and I never was like super into it in the way that I think other people were already very into it. I enjoyed it a great deal, but like, I would have called it an 8 out of 10 for me personally. The things that I think set Project Hail Mary apart are the fact that they really cared about the way that they were making the movie, and that's very important to me personally. But anyway, trends. I'm doing my version now, right? It's
Yes,
me. I'm doing
please.
my bit. I think I have to go for the flat lighting and the completely like dead color grading that's going on in cinema. I'm
Yes.
sick and tired of everything looking like it's two-dimensional. Where has all of the dynamics gone in filmmaking? Why have we lost the ability to light anything with any kind of like interest? It's either so like overlit that like there's just no sense of shadow, or it's so dark that again you have no sense of shadow. It's just like it's either black or it's just flat, and I'm bored of it, and it's really fucking annoying again from a filmmaking perspective, because it feels like everybody in Hollywood has forgotten how to make movies. It feels like everybody's making content as opposed to using film as an art form in order to tell us things through visual style, mise-en-scène, dramatic lighting, what's this called? Framing,
Yeah.
and all of these things, like shot type, any of these things, which are intentionally used to tell the audience something without having to actively tell the audience something. Because I think this kind of ties into the idea of also over-exposition. We've gone further into over-exposition and further away from using good filmmaking techniques. So just like literally the ability to light something and make it go, that looks nice. Like, you know, like it feels like it, like I personally am like, I have my issues with Wicked. I've said this before. But I never thought that the Wicked movies actually looked as dead as people said they did. Like, I never found them to be nearly as, like, like not colourful as people suggested that they were. What they do have the issue of is the overlighting bullshit, especially in Dancing Through Life, in the first one, where all of the windows are like shot where light is just coming straight in, like, and looking down the barrel of the camera, and it looks like they're in heaven. Like, where's outside? Where are all these beautiful sets that you supposedly made outdoors? And why can't I see any of them? Because we're in the void, apparently. That's the thing that pisses me off. I don't think the colours in that movie are the issue. It's the lighting that's the issue. But that's it. I'm done.
I agree. Like we're I don't know when it happened, but somehow it became trendy to be dark and gloomy, and now everyone just wants to do that. Like, you know, that's the realistic look. And whenever we get the remakes that are also just, you know, that also could be brought out as something that needs to die.
Moana looks like shit.
Yes. It lost all the colors.
Why does it look like that? Why does it look like that?
It's like, what the hell is going on? So I highly agree. It's a bigger and bigger problem with each thing that comes out, unfortunately. All right, I have two options, and I kept thinking, like, should I go with what is potentially controversial and I might get cancelled over it? So I'm, you know, I don't know if I'm brave enough for that, or should I go with the more lighthearted one, which is still, like, you know, it's like an annoyance, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the more lighthearted one, because I don't want people to misunderstand and come with pitchforks at me, because that, we know it's the internet, it can happen. So I'm gonna choose of making unnecessary sequels, because Project Hail Mary is probably going to be the next one that became very big, and it certainly looks like now, I keep hearing about this, that they might do a sequel to it. Why? Like, why are you touching, like, movies that were perfectly fine on their own, and why are you making follow-ups to them that you just gonna ruin? And it a lot of times it happens with book adaptations, where one movie would have been just fine, and then they decide that they just know better and it made a lot of money, so they're going to follow it up. And the other part of this problem is that especially with horror films, and I still haven't seen Ready or Not 2, but they like to put in an extra character whose only purpose is to kind of replace the previous main character, so it doesn't get boring that the same person is trying to get out of sticky situations. But also, the extra character is almost always even more annoying that she or he should be, and it's getting on my nerves a little bit, because it's been going on for a while, where we get follow-ups, we get an extra character or characters, more than one, and you're like, well, what's the point of this? So I need that to stop. I need Hollywood to understand that some movies just simply do not need another movie. That's my case.
Not everything needs to be a franchise.
No.
It just really doesn't.
No.
And in fact, you probably do better diversifying than sticking to one thing and doing it over and over again. People like diversity, actually.
Yes. Yes.
But Ready or Not 2 is a banger. And
It is fun. It's a fun movie.
Yeah. But I just brought that up because when I think about very specifically this, we're going to add another extra character to the main character.
You're thinking of Catherine Newton. You don't want Catherine Newton in all your films, yeah.
Yeah, I do think that they did a very good job treading that line in Ready or Not 2. And I think I said this to you when I went and saw it.
Yes.
That I think that they did a very good job of. I think Samara Moving still acts like the main character, but you get Catherine Newton in. Is it Catherine or It's Catherine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Catherine, yeah.
In, and you are able to have somebody who gets to react to things for the first time, even if it's not entirely about her. It's kind of like things still get to feel a bit more fresh, even if she's not suddenly the main character, because she's not the main character. She is just sort of like, she is there to kind of expand the sort of familial lore, I guess, when it comes to Samara Weaving's character, but it also gives her somebody to play off of, so it's not just her the entire time.
Yeah.
Like reacting to things on her own. They have the two of them, and that kind of creates some dynamic stuff and all that jazz. But I do get what you mean. You don't need like another person, because it feels like it's that thing of like. It's like when you get into later seasons of long-running TV shows and they just start adding people because they have no idea what to do with the people they already have.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, so you're bored of this person and you have no idea what to do for them now. So you're just like putting in a different person who's kind of the same as some of the other people. But like at least they're going through something new because it's a different person.
Yeah. I think I was just thinking about Ready or Not too, because this is very specifically true for Catherine. Because she's been in so many things that were follow-ups, and she was added to the second movie.
Who?
And
which ones?
I had it horrible. Hold on, I have to look it up. Until then, go off.
Do you have something else you wanted to add, Ian? You look like you were going to say something.
I agree. I don't like unnecessary sequels. The problem is that you don't know that they're unnecessary until they're done badly.
I do see what you mean. There are some movies where I'm like, you don't need to do another one of those.
100%. But if I got one and it was good, then I'm good. Like,
this is
you know
true.
what I mean?
I do think there are examples of that taking place. For example, I don't know if you ever saw End of the Fucking World as a TV series. Understandable that I'm going off topic a little bit, but like I think the sequel thing kind of also applies to second seasons to shows that clearly they're meant to be limited series, and you're like, you didn't need to make more of this. I hear Beef is a little bit in that category. I heard it's like fun, but also very much unnecessary. But End of the Fucking World was a show where I was like, well, that was a perfect first season, you didn't need to do that. And then they made the second season and they went, oh, okay, I do see what you did there. And that was very good, but also don't make any more. And then they didn't.
Yeah.
Fleabag is the same in that the first season of Fleabag is phenomenal on its own. And you kind of go, but they didn't need to make any more. And then they made more, and you're like, wait, no, this is actually perfect. I like the second season of Fleabag more than the first series. But there are some things, such as Project Hail Mary, where you're like, you don't need to make another one of these.
Yeah,
you did the story. You don't need to do any more. Don't touch it again.
Yes.
I agree. But there are also a lot of franchises which have a really bad middle part, and then they get banger again. Like
Yes.
like
Example?
the latest Final Destination.
Yes.
Is amazing.
It is so
and
good.
then the middle three are just awful. Like the first two are good, and then they go real. They're fun, but nothing special. And then the last one was so good, man. It was on another level.
Yeah.
Not to be that person who's been playing them a lot, but you could kind of point this at, and again, different medium, but Resident Evil went through a very similar thing.
Yeah.
In that, like, the first 4 are beloved. 5 is loved in a very specific way, but also that game is horrifically racist. It's so bad. 6 is actively hated by a lot of people, and people refer to it as the thing that could have killed the franchise. And then they, sort of swerved and made Seven in a very, like, they went in a very different direction. They went first person for it, but they went back to a lot of the roots in which they were going, we're going to make this scary again. And it revived the entire franchise to the point where we're getting, like Requiem's done so well. It's sold like 9 million copies at this point. It's like I think it's their best selling game that they've had in a very long time. Resident Evil as a franchise could not be doing better at this point, because also when it comes to movies, the Resident Evil movies are famously terrible. But
hold on, because actually that's what I was thinking as well, that how fun it is that it's the same with the movies, because I think the first Resident Evil film is completely fine. Like it's
I haven't seen them, so I actually can't speak to it properly, but like from what I hear.
Yeah, but it's a fun ride. Like, you know, it's okay, it's far from the games, but it's still fun, and it was still well made. And then they just started shitting them out, and they just got worse and worse and worse and worse as they went. And now they are trying to relaunch it. They tried so many times to like.
But they're relaunching it with Zach Kreger.
I know.
And apparently it's good.
We have to wait and see.
All of the reactions from the test screenings have been like, this is really fucking good.
We'll see.
I'm pretty excited for it as somebody who has not seen a single Resident Evil movie.
That's fair.
Planet of the Apes is one thing which
this is also very true.
It was rubbish. It relaunched. Okay, so it's not a sequel. It relaunched with the trilogy that you flipping love, Lily. Predator is a class example. The first film, beloved. Second film, not great. Any of the Aliens versus Predator? No, that's shit. The Predator, the one with Olivia Munn in it, awful. Real awful. It's the worst film ever.
Yeah.
Prey, brilliant.
Banger.
Yeah.
Like the Predator Badlands, banger. Like it's you can revive a franchise with a sequel. So, but you could have said that it doesn't need a sequel at the point of it being in the doldrums.
Yeah, but also, like, you know, I'm very specifically about movies where it was so obviously planned for just one outing, but then because it became because it did so well, now we're getting like sequels and follow-ups and whatnot.
I do agree, especially I do also agree when it comes to The Devil Wears Prada, because it is that thing of like, it's a legacy sequel of being like, this thing is a thing that people really, really love. Yeah. We're going to come back to it. Hopefully it'll make a ton of money. The thing is, the first reviews for The Devil Wears Prada 2 are apparently really good. Apparently it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this is correct, but also I do think The Devil Wears Prada 2 hits on the terrible lighting, flat color grading, all of the above. Like, I don't think it looks terrible, but also when you watch the first Devil Wears Prada, there's so much more dynamically happening.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
where you're just sort of like, what happened to our ability to make shadows? And I'll tell you what actually happened. It was the advent of digital cameras, but like, that's an entirely different conversation.
Also, I just checked. It's not Catherine Newton. I don't know why I kept thinking about her. I don't recall who is that actress that keeps popping into like follow-up movies, and that's her only role. So I don't know. If I find it out, I'll put it in the description, but I don't know.
It's
it doesn't
so funny
come to
that
mind.
it sounds like you've had this grudge against Catherine Newton for so long for something that she didn't do.
I'm sorry, Catherine.
I do feel like I know who you mean, and I do think she's blonde, which is
she is blonde, 100%. Like the person.
It's not.
But
I don't like Chloe
I don't know.
Grace Moretz or someone like that. No.
No.
It's someone like that though.
Yes, but I don't. I don't know.
McKenna Grace.
McKenna Grace. No, she's not been in enough sequels, I don't think.
No.
She has.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Scream 7.
We'll see.
Ghostbusters.
If it pops into mind or I look more into it, I'm just gonna leave it in the description of this video. But we have a bonus. Oh, we have to vote.
We haven't voted.
Sorry,
you were the one who decided we have to be a democracy.
I'm so sorry. We have to vote. And we're gonna start with Katie. Are you gonna give your point to?
I'll give it to you, Lily. I think you're on the money with that whole thing.
Well, I know that I gave up my right to any votes in this.
But also I think Lily's is the closest to how I feel on a like an industry level, generally speaking.
Okay.
So there, that.
Thank you. Ian, what do you say?
Well, I get the deciding vote because I'm not getting it. I'm not getting any votes. So
Yeah,
basically should have just come to me, and that's it.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Katie
Yeah.
because don't shit on Rocky. But also I do agree with what you said, Ian. But I'm like, just Katie's case is something that have been actively bothering me as well.
Okay, now you get to
Now you
decide
get
for us.
yes.
He's stroking his chin
I don't,
pentively.
I don't know. I don't know where I sit on this because I understand what you're saying, but I can't spot it. Like I know when something I think looks good, but I don't know how to describe what is wrong with why it doesn't look good. So I can't say that I spot bad lighting because I don't. Um,
That's fair.
but I like a lot of sequels. Um, I am going to give it to. You're right. There are some films that should just be left alone. I think it's Lily.
I do think that is the core of Lily's case,
Yeah.
really, is that like it's not that sequels inherently are terrible.
Oh, no,
because there
no.
are some excellent sequels, absolutely. It's just that there are a lot of ones where you can tell this is a cash grab. Nobody cares about the actual product that they're making,
Yep.
and
That's-
those are the things that we
Yes, that's
we
where the
are
problem
stand
is.
against.
Yes, it's like, please stop it. And thank you. All right. Well, because we all have 1 point each.
Wow, the bonus rounds actually come in
Yeah,
handy.
it's going to come in handy because it's going to decide who's going to win this movie fight. And here we are. Bonus ride or die question. Pick a movie that would get 1,000,000 times better if they replaced the antagonist with a sassy cat. I love this question. I don't know why a sassy cat came to
don't
mind, but I just was like, yeah.
think I came up with anything for this, but I do have an idea for if you could change the protagonist to be into a sassy
But then
cat.
go with that. I'm gonna let you change this to the protagonist. Katie, go ahead.
Morbius.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I genuinely feel like, because Lily made me go see Morbius. I
Yes.
was not planning on seeing Morbius, and Lily was like, we have to talk about Morbius, and I was like, fuck me, okay. And there's stuff in Morbius that's fun, and that
That's true.
stuff in Morbius that's fun is mainly Matt Smith just chewing like every scene that he's in. He steals every scene that he's in. He's so fun in that movie. Jared
Smith
Leto
is
is
a
not
sassy cat.
good in that film, but like he's also not good in most movies that's come out in the past few years. I'm not gonna lie. But so if you were to have Matt Smith doing everything he was doing in that movie, and some fucking sassy cat who got turned into a fucking vampire, I guess, you'd have a better film.
You know, I do like that. I like that. It works. It works.
Matt Smith is basically a sassy cat in that film.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that you'd have two sassy cats, and that's better than what we got with Morbius.
That would work. I like that. Ian, what are you gonna roll with?
I have to roll my bag of shit villain syndrome films that I'm trying to. Films that are actually spoiled by how bad the villain is, and I don't believe the villain is worthy of the film. I am going for. I would like to change Enchantress in the Suicide Squad film to a sassy cat, please.
Sorry,
The
How did that
first
have been?
Suicide
are
Squad.
we? Sorry, say that again. Well, the Suicide Squad.
The
No,
first
the
one.
first one.
The first one. Okay. Because I was like, I've only seen the Suicide Squad, James
The
Gunn's
James
one.
Gunn one, yeah.
I didn't remember who that was.
That,
No.
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure she's not in it.
No, that's not in it. That and it's basically got a sassy cat. It's a starfish in
Right.
the end of that
Yes.
one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
Enchantress is Cara Delevingne.
Oh, yeah, we can replace Cara Delevingne in most movies. She's
I mean,
Yeah.
she is. I kind of liked the dynamics of most of the team in that film. I don't think it's a great film at all, but if you replace Cara Delevingne, then you get 50 times better, a million times better film. And I'm replacing it with a sassy cat who's also a little bit evil. Absolutely. I take it. 100%.
What did I see Cara Delevingne in recently that I actually thought she was pretty good? Oh, I was watching
Only
Only
Murders
Murders in the Building. I thought she was pretty good in that.
She was alright.
But I hated her in Paper Towns. I was like,
Yeah.
that's not my Margot. I don't
Yeah.
know who this is.
Yeah.
But she's not my Margot, so...
Fair deal. Fair deal. Okay, so we have Morbius changed to Sassy Cat, and then Enchantress changed to Sassy Cat. I'm not gonna stick with the comic book movies because
This was not intentional.
when I wrote the question, I was like, I had one very specific person in mind, and the movie is awful. It's just the worst. But I think if you would replace Eddie Redmayne in Jupiter Ascending with a sassy cat, that movie would get a million times better.
I thought, yeah, admittedly I have
Immediately.
not seen Jupiter Ascending, but I know about it, obviously. I thought part of the fun of Jupiter Ascending is how much Eddie Redmayne is being kind of shit in that film.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's very enjoyable that he thinks that a villain is a villain or an antagonist is an antagonist by talking like this and talking like this. Basically, that's the whole case that he's resting on, this whole acting. But I think it would work much better with a cat being like, meow, meow, meow. It's just better.
Oh, your sassy cats are actually meowing. They're not talking like
Mine
Puss
would.
in Boots.
Okay,
No.
I do think that maybe we can decide for ourselves. In my head, I am thinking of a Puss in Boots type,
Oh, yeah.
although I don't
Fair.
think it would be standing up on two legs,
Or two legs.
and walking around. I do think it would just sort of talk.
Mine would have the powers of Enchantress, but also be a sassy cat.
Fair. Mine would
I mean-
just be a cat who's sassy and just meow, meow, meow.
Yeah,
And that's it.
I think
And-
that's fair.
You know, it would still rule. I think it would make Jupiter Ascending actually 100% better.
I have seen that film. I don't remember it. What?
No,
I have it. I have seen it.
there were colors in that film, I have to say. Like, you know, that's
I
when
do
you're like,
remember it looking like, I mean, not terrible. I don't know if I'd say it looked good, but like it had some
yes,
personality.
yes, definitely.
It was
But
the
yeah,
Wachowskis who made that, right?
yes.
Good for them.
Yeah,
Look, sometimes you get to make a really shit movie. I think that that's fine.
but that's the thing that they've only been doing shit movies mostly after Matrix, except for
Sense8.
Sense8, which is fantastic. But yeah, everything else is like either very mid or just straight up bad. Unfortunately.
I think we should. We can allow. I think we should allow trans women to fail downwards. That's equality.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's vote unless you want to add something to your sassy cat case.
I don't think so.
Okay, then let's vote. It's very hard. It's very hard because I do like the idea of Morbius just being a sassy cat. But I
Oh,
also
sad.
but I also like Enchantress being a sassy cat and that movie getting better from it. Because the thing is that Morbius was at least fun because Matt Smith was very fun.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I think that it could be better with a sassy cat.
That's fair.
Because you're
That's
not
fair.
getting
That's-
rid of Matt Smith.
Yeah, that's true. That's true because it would make it a million times better if you had the sassy cat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Katie. I'm gonna roll with Katie.
I'm taking it. She's not even.
Yeah,
throwing
yeah,
it to me.
yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm just stealing it. I haven't seen either of the movies that that you guys have mentioned, but I do like the idea of replacing Cara Delevingne with a sassy cat.
Fair.
So I do think I am going to have to give it to Ian.
Fair.
Oh, I got the power
This
again.
would be very funny if you pick Lily, because then we'll all be even. Nobody wins. And also, we all win.
Yes.
I am going to go for Lily.
Oh,
I am
Thank
going to
you.
go for Lily. I think that's the fun decision. But also, Eddie Redmayne can get fucked as well, to be fair.
okay. Fair deal. Fair deal. So we all won, basically.
Yeah, we all won.
There you go.
This is the true democracy.
Yeah, that is not to say that Jared Leto can't get fucked, because he definitely can get fucked.
Yeah,
I agree.
There you go.
Yeah.
I will say that my other idea was like replacing the T-Rex in Jurassic Park by a sassy cat. And it's just the biggest cat.
Sorry, no, I'm immediately thinking of Chris Pratt doing his dinosaur move with the sassy cat, and that is very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, but I was like, yeah, no, let's do like a human replacement, sassy cat. So yeah. Okay, all right, we all won. That's the end.
We're too nice.
We are. I feel like I should make this harder the next time we do this, because I feel like this is also fun, so we should do it again.
I will admit, when you said we were doing movie fights, I thought we were going to be talking about actual fights in movies.
Oh.
Like, I didn't realize that we were going to be fighting about things to do with movies. I thought we were going to be, like, discussing fights in movies, and I was sitting there going, I can't think of any fights in movies that I'm, like, really, like, thinking about at the moment. All I could think about was, like, well, Daredevil has the best fights on television. I don't know. It was like, when you sent the questions, I was like, oh, I see. I understand now.
I am so glad that you shared this on the podcast instead of writing it in WhatsApp, because this is the perfect ending.
Yeah, well, people need to know that I'm not diagnosed, but there are signs.
There we go. That's how we're gonna roll. We all won. We all
won.
We're too nice. We're gonna.
This does remind me of the time we were talking about replacing, like, instead of doing the like whole cast of Muppets and one human character,
yes.
we did one Muppet in a thing of human characters. I stand by that. I think turning the android in Ex Machina into a Muppet and having Domhnall Gleeson having to do all of all of his scenes with a Muppet,
yeah.
makes that movie way funnier.
Definitely.
Bonus points. Oh, I think I said at the time Beaker, but I feel like you could do that with Miss Piggy and it still being like
100%
on point.
Yeah, on point. Yeah.
I do think the Beaker thing is very funny though.
Fair deal. All right, this was us. I don't know. This is not coming out at the end of the month, but almost at the beginning of the next month.
Beginning of the next month.
Yes. But we're going to be back anyway to our usual one per month release schedule. And we might just do another movie fight. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go.
If I watch more movies in the next month, maybe we'll do something else. But I've only seen 3 movies since the last time we did this.
I've been really shit, but with watching things as well. We did finish The Expanse. That's the only thing that I can say.
I put the drama back here because I did watch the drama and I really liked it, but I knew we weren't going to talk about it. I just wanted to put something in that I had seen.
Yeah, that's fine.
I liked it a lot. You can see my actual thoughts on my letterbox.
Yes. So this is the part where I'm going to say every link and everything is in the description. Follow us. Ian, you can also follow on Couch Soup because he's very active. He just watched Exit 8. I just saw the video. I also watched it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I know about it. I know it's out. I haven't seen it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So and we're gonna be back in all kind of forms and figures and whatnot. I don't know. We're probably going to talk about Daredevil over on Couch Soup.
We are planning on doing that as well as Punisher. That Punisher one.
Yes, and The Boys.
I wanted to call it a one shot. I haven't watched any of The Boys.
I also have not started The Boys.
I haven't been in the mood. Lily, you remember the last time I tried to watch something to do with The Boys and I was not in the mood? Didn't go well.
I know.
I haven't seen any spoilers. It's all good. I'm just going to binge it all at the end.
That's
Apart
fair.
from the one that you gave away right at the start, and then fine.
What did I give away?
You said you cried after the first episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a spoiler. Lily cries at the drop of a hat.
That's true. I cry at everything.
That being said, I have been spoiled from the first episode. That happened online, though. That wasn't Lily's fault.
Sorry, Ian. I didn't mean to. Anyway, I'm going to cut it off here. We're going to go goodbye and watch movies and all that stuff. And we're going to be back next month. Bye.
Goodbye.
And he does like to say, cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check.
Cut the check. Now cut the check.
Cut the check.
That's it. Cut the check. We're done.
Cut the check. Oh, that was good. Cut the check. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cut the check.